I treat Amazon books like real estate. The 2026 92K digital dividend strategy for compounding cash flow. If you're treating Amazon KDP like a hobby or a side hustle, you're leaving life-changing money on the table. The people who actually make money in self-publishing don't call themselves authors. We are investors. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how I treat Amazon books like real estate. Over the next 15 minutes, I will break it down my 2026 digital dividend strategy and show you the exact math behind building a compounding portfolio of digital assets that yield monthly cash flow. Grab a notebook, because this will change the way you look at online business forever. Let's start by looking at the flawed American dream. For decades, we've been told that traditional real estate is the ultimate path to wealth. And it is a great path if you have cash. To buy a decent rental property today, you need at least $50,000 down just to get the keys. And once you own it, you have to deal with broken toilets at 2 a.m., eviction notices, rising property taxes, and fluctuation interest rates. The barrier to entry is massive, and managing the property is practically a second job. Now, look at digital real estate, specifically Amazon KDP. It requires around $200 of capital to get started. There is absolutely zero maintenance, no physical decay, no bad tenants. It produces pure passive cash flow 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to a global market. This is the ultimate wealth vehicle for 2026. There is work to do, but once you do that, it will be almost every time passive. I call the income from these assets the digital dividend. Let's look at the numbers. This is my personal take-home, worth to 92,000 royalties in a single account. This isn't from getting lucky on one viral book. Most beginners treat KDP like a lottery ticket. They watch a TikTok video, publish 50 generic low-content notebooks, and pray one of them sticks, if they don't get banned. I treat this like a business where a dividend-paying stock portfolio is there. Every single book I commission is a carefully researched digital property, specifically designed to yield predictable monthly cash flow. To understand this, you need to adopt the digital landlord concept. Think about it like this. Amazon is the busiest physical street in the world. Billions of buyers walk down this street every month with their credit card already in their hands or in their account. Every single search query typed into that Amazon search bar is an empty plot of land. Every book you publish is a digital rental property built exactly on that land. When a customer buys your book, they aren't just buying paper. They are paying rent to access specialized information inside your property. Let's break down the math. Let's look at the economics of this business, cost versus yield. If we treat books like real estate, how do the numbers actually compare? Look at this table. In physical real estate, your acquisition cost is $3,000 or more. 300,000, sorry, requiring at least $70K in cash. In digital real estate, your acquisition cost to hire a professional ghostwriter and a premium cover designer can go from $150 and $300. Obviously, it depends. There are a lot of things to consider, but with around $500, you can get a full books published. For the physical house, your monthly yield might be $1,500 to $2,000, but a huge chunk of that goes to the mortgage and taxes. A good digital property yields $100 to $500 a month in pure profit. The maintenance on a house is high. The maintenance on a digital book is exactly zero. But here's the most important metric, annual ROI. A great real estate investor is thrilled with an 8 to 10% annual return. On a KDP book, if you spend, let's say, $500 to make it, and it makes $100 a month, your annual ROI is 600%. Wall Street hedge funds will literally kill for those margins. And, well, $100 a month is not exactly a good goal. But just like physical real estate, the golden rule applies. Location, location, location. In physical real estate, you wouldn't build a 5 million luxury mansion in an abandoned ghost town. Nobody will buy that. In digital real estate, you don't publish a beautifully written book in a niche where nobody's searching. The location is the Amazon search bar. We use data to find high traffic search terms where the existing properties are terrible. We don't guess, we verify demand. In my system, our system, we call this the demand gap. This exact intersection of angry buyers and terrible competition. Once we find that demand gap, we use the fixer-upper strategy. It's a three-step process. First, we find the slums. We find neighborhoods on Amazon where buyers are desperate. But books currently ranking on page 1 have terrible pixelated cover from 1995 and awful formatting. Second, we read the complaints. We read the 3-star reviews of those bad books. Think of the reviewers as the current tenants telling us exactly why the property sucks. Third, we build a mansion. We take those complaints, hand them to a professional ghostwriter, and tell them to write a superior book that fixes every single problem, with the best house on the block. This is what I call the 3-star blueprint. When a customer leaves a review saying, "I like the concept overall, but I really wish the author included a step-by-step checklist and made the font size larger," they aren't just complaining, they are giving you the exact blueprint for your 1000 a month asset. You make a book with a massive font size and a 10-page checklist, and you instantly steal all the sales from the competitor. Now you might be thinking, okay, I build the digital house. How do I get the tenants? How do I fulfill the orders? This is the greatest part of this business model, the ultimate leverage. Your free property manager. When you build the best house of the block, Amazon flywheel takes over. Amazon acts as your free property manager. They send the traffic directly to your door because they know your book converts. When a buyer clicks purchase, Amazon prints the physical book on demand. They handle the packaging. They handle the 2-day print shipping. They handle the returns and customer service. You do absolutely nothing after written publishing. You just check your dashboard and collect a royalty direct into your bank account on the 29th of every month. But to make sure this is truly passive, you must understand the difference between evergreen assets and pop-up shops. A pop-up shop is a trend chasing. It's writing a book about viral TikTok trend or passing news event. You spend $200 to build the book. It makes $5 in month 1, $500 in month 1, and then drops to zero forever when the public loses interest. It's exhausting and unsustainable. Well, $200, I mean, you will not build the best books out there, so you will basically make zero income with a $500 book. A brick-and-mortar property is an evergreen. You target permanent human problems: health, wealth, relationships, timeless hobbies. A good evergreen book makes a steady $250 a month for 5 straight years. It is true lending, lasting asset. Once you have your first successful evergreen asset, you unlock the secret to scale, the compounding flywheel. This is how you go from making a few $100 to quitting your job. Look at our investment math on this chart. You found book 1 with your own money, say $500 out of pocket. Book 1 starts generating $500. Book 1 starts generating $150 a month in cash flow. You do not spend that money. You take the cash flow from book 1 to pay your ghostwriter for book 2. Now you have 2 books generating $300 a month. You use that to fund book 4 and book 3 and book 5 and so on. And well, obviously, this is not the best result to make just $100 with 1 book per month. We're going very, very low as a forecast. After your initial investment in book 1, your out-of-pocket risk drops to absolute zero. You are building an entire digital real estate empire using the house money. Your income stacks exponentially as you add more units to your portfolio. You might be asking, is it too late to do this? Let me be very clear about the 2026 market reality. The strategy is more powerful today than before ever. Why? Because Amazon just purged millions of AI-generated spam books from the platform. They literally cleared out of the slums for us. Prime digital real estate is completely wide open right now. If you use this strategy to publish a human-verified, high-quality, perfectly targeted book today, there is almost no legitimate competition standing in your way. To do this at scale, you cannot do everything yourself. You must build an outsourcing factory. You are not the author, you are the CEO. First, the writer. You are a specialized ghostwriter. They are architect and construction crew. Second, the designer. You are a professional cover designer. This is the curb appeal of your digital house. If the curb appeal is bad, nobody works inside. Same for the A+ content and much more. Third DCO, your only job is to find the demand gaps, manage the contractors, hit publish, and collect the dividends. And with a company like us, you can have all these already done by yourself. And with a company like us, you can have literally this already done for you whenever you want. Before you invest a single dollar into a new book, you must pass the investor's checklist. Is there a proven search volume? Are there active buyers? Are the current ranking book receiving 3-star reviews? Are they weak properties? Is the topic evergreen, or is it a passing trend? Can I build a superior outline using the data from the bad reviews? And finally, will this yield at least $150 a month based on the current market math? If it passes this checklist, it's a green light. And again, 150 might not be the best. Let's talk about the math of freedom. This business isn't about publishing thousands of trash books. It's about quality precision, your 10-book goal. If you just build 10 high-quality evergreen properties, use the demand gap method, and each one yields a conservative, very conservative $300 a month. That is $3,000 every single month in purely passive digital dividends. No tenants, no toilets, no maintenance. That covers the mortgage on your actual house. So here's your next step. You need to stop writing books hoping to get lucky. You need to stop treating Amazon like a lottery ticket and start treating it like the world's greatest digital real estate market. Start building a portfolio of high-yield assets. But if you don't know how to find the demand gaps, if you don't know how to locate the prime real estate hidden on Amazon, you are going to waste your investment. You need the exact 3-signal validation system I use to vet every single property before I build it. And you need a team like us that, for a few $100s, can literally build your asset and let you scale this. If you're ready to become a digital landlord, I packaged my entire investment thesis, the Excel research process, and the 3 signals with spot metrics into one complete system. Click the link in the description below right now to get access to the demand gap system. Stop guessing, start investing, and let's build your first digital property today. See you on the inside!